Hello there, this is Anna. Okay, what I'm going to talk about today is today's trade this morning. We actually went long at 8:30 on that market sweep when I post the picture, and that is this one right here, 8:30. So there was the sweep there, and I said, I'm going to go long at the BWAP or above it. So, you can see 32 HMA, we went there, and here's the W. Here's another W tested at 954. Um, the ES is actually went long here. Hold on, let's go see. ES, it's better to look at. It's supposed to be pointing. Okay, let's go see. So that's that. So here a doji and this crossover right here, that's what I saw on the sweep. And to me, that's good enough to go long. And so I did that in both in ES, I went long and NQ. And also I did say that, when you go above the 32 HMA, and which is here, right? We don't have to be in standard deviation. Now, going above the 32 HMA, you're going to go long, especially when you cross above BWAP or we go above BWAP on a price action. Okay, so that's just that. And you can see that on your delta as well. If you make a line in your delta from here to here, because this is the 832 that started. And so you can see, it's rising, it's ascending, and your momentum on your stochastic is still above. So there's no surprise there. And also it's the same thing in NQ. So that's here, right? Around 8:30, we went long above the BWAP and we exited. I don't even remember like all the trades that I did today. So what I was saying is that when we go closer to the opening, we might be selling because we are reaching resistance. And then that's here, that's 12, 1,063 again. And so that's what happened. As you can see the M pattern there, and yes, M pattern as well on top. You see right here, that's your M pattern, and it's close to standard deviation. And then it went below the 32 HMA. Okay, so it went below the 32 HMA. You're gonna go short, and you could either target the BWAP and exit there. And then what happened here? I said when we go either above the 32 HMA on a W formation, I'm gonna go long, and I said that earlier at 90, I believe. Was that 90? Yeah, 890 or something like that. Yeah, 900, I'm sorry, at the 900 in NQ. So I did that in, I actually exited around POC, and then I kind of let the bot run a little bit, and then I exited close to the 62 on the bot. And now I went short. So here, this is just now. I got shorted here, and this here is actually a violation of 32 HMA. It shouldn't be going above there, and if it did, you need to go exit your trade. It's not valid anymore. You can only get your 20 points from there. And so that's just now. So if we look at that in the Thinkorswim platform, because since everybody's not using the same thing as we do in NinjaTrader, here you could use the same thing. This is in a 5 minutes time frame. You could use 5 minutes, and you could use 15 minutes time frame on using the 32 HMA as well, if you wanted to. And if you have Rob's, you can kind of like compare um, his signal and then his targets. You can see that. That's from yesterday, but here. So this is this morning, right, on a W formation. You can see that we are coming from the low this morning, like around 5 o'clock, and we made this W formation, and this is the 32 HMA. We went above it, you go long. You didn't really have to wait for the VWAP as long as you get the, Rob's signal, if you have it. Then it's, a good confirmation to have, and you actually just need to exit about 9:15. And I said we were going to sell off or kind of, go short at 9:30, and that's what happened here. This is in 5 minutes, this is in 15, this is in 5. You can do the 15 as well, you can see it. But I use the 2 minutes time frame sometimes to get my entry right, or getting in like right away. So this one is kind of, it cut off right here. So if you do this in 2 minutes, I'm hoping that I have 2 minutes there, so you can really see where we made that entry as far as shorting. Oof, what was that? Okay, right here. So here, right? So we went long from 8:30 and to the high, and we have resistance of 60, 65 to 70, and see what happened. Short all the way down until you break the 32 HMA. And if you like to use a ZMI, that's fine too. If you want, a couple confirmation, we have consolidation here, went above the 32 HMA, go long. Your stochastics is actually picking up momentum. You went across. If you want that, that's fine too. You could either exit on the VWAP or the pivot level. So that's, make your trading really make it easy, rather than thinking, oh, what am I supposed to do? Things are not, whatever indicator that you have, make things simple for you. I only look at the M pattern, high and lows, resistance and support, kind of putting things together. Also the trend line, or breaking the trend line. Okay, so what is breaking the trend line? So so this is breaking the trend line on the ES. So this is the recent high. This is the recent high right here, whatever the recent high is. Okay, once we break it, if you want to wait for confirmation to break that, then you go along with that. And as you can see, the 32 HMA really catch it on the 15 minutes, also in 2 minutes and 5 minutes. So whatever you prefer, that thing is very helpful as far as finding the double bottom. This is a W pattern, and I love those. This is actually breaking like this trend line, and you go long. Once reach this, the top of the VWAP band, you can actually short. And this is, I said too earlier, that we are gonna probably go down, right at open. And look what happened here. So you have your M pattern, test the high 19 again. I think 19 is from either from yesterday or somewhat overnight's high or whatever. So you don't have to get in there. I mean, you could wait for the confirmation from here on 32 HMA, and you go short, target the VWAP or the pivot, whatever the nearest line that you can find. It's always, a good thing to like thinking about exiting on the VWAP, because that's really your equilibrium, and it's better that way to have a habit on exiting on the VWAP or the upper range of your resistance, where if you were long here, you want to exit where the resistance is at the 19 or the 63 on the NQ. And that's that. Normally they just go up and down and within resistance and support, try to think it that way. It's like riding, the ladder up and down, up and down, up and down. And what you can use is the 32 HMA to ride it. And if it tests or if it breaks, you can either stay or, get out. All right. If you're not comfortable with that, you just want to exit out. Other than that, normally, like I said, I have target in mind as far as exiting on volume profile. And I also, we use that here, the 63, and this is the 32 HMA, and we are like right in the pivot. So this thing can go like up and down here, back and forth all day. It's not going to go nowhere high. Okay, because it's been going higher for the last 2 days, and that's what it does. So you need to have some kind of thoughts in mind that we could just play within, one standard deviation, two standard deviation, or play in between the high, the recent high, and then when it goes below the 32 HMA, go short. Okay, so make things easier for you. And like I said, using the trend line that's within um, the platform. So, if you don't know how to do it, you could just do this trend line here. That's a break. Okay, so whenever we break that, we go above the 32 HMA, you go long. And actually you are catching that. This is here also on the delta. Okay, so this is your high. And that's high, and this is a low, wherever the crosses of the stochastics are. And you start picking up momentum on a W pattern. As you can see, it start, going up the range. This is standard deviation first, and then second, well, not second, in the middle. This is the lower first standard deviation, I'm sorry. And then um, your VWAP, and, start targeting, kind of like, looking into where am I going to be exiting? Am I going to be exiting, excuse me, to the recent high or to the, first standard upper deviation? So that things like that, just, keep in mind. And the prices, action prices are normally like go up and down in the VWAP. So think of it this way: if I enter on the VWAP, I kind of want to go, either exit on the first standard deviation, the second standard deviation, or the high value area. Okay, if you go short on top on a high value area, second standard deviation, you kind of need to start thinking about either you want to exit on a first standard deviation or the POC or the VWAP. So that kind of stuff. Put it in perspective. That way, you are thinking it like, okay, to make it easier for you to trade rather than, I don't know how you trade, but I'm just saying make things easier for you. All right, guys, thank you.